Hey, it's James Fathers Rights and Resources, hashtag how I got custody. Let's take a look at somebody's email they sent me a little bit ago, a couple weeks ago. Said he had a consult with me and he ended up with 50-50 custody. So this is kind of random out of the blue. A guy writes me and I redact some of this out here. There's my email. Hey, James, a few months back I phoned you with a consult and took your advice under consideration. Well, I'm happy to inform you that I was awarded 50-50 legal and physical custody of my son. So this guy got a consult with me and took some advice. I don't even remember what it was about. Here's a little background. The mother ran off with him when he's only 2 months old. Right here. The reason for doing so is because I'm so violent. So he's accused of violence. I filed for custody, got in a custody battle. We were both going for sole custody. The guardian ad litem report came out and said I should get sole legal and physical custody. So the guardian ad litem was in his favor. So I don't know if he did a consult dealing with the guardian ad litem or what. I haven't followed up with him, but I'm just going to go off of what I got here. Final court date came. My game plan was as follows. I'm going to make it all about the son and our relationship. My lawyer is going to do all the attacking. So I guess he still had a lawyer. And because we suspected that's all her and her lawyer will do, and that's what they did. Mother was caught in lies, committed perjury, and it came out that pretty much left me to get another paycheck. I guess it came out that she pretty much was going for another paycheck with custody and stuff because she does not work and is disabled, has migraines. Judge made his ruling 2 weeks later. 50-50 legal physical custody. I take him every other week. So it looks like he got 1 week on, 1 week off, and got $14 a week. So the judge even went so far as to say the father has gone above and beyond to establish a relationship with the son. These orders are good till our son is of school age. Then we have to go in front of the judge again to decide where to go for school. Now that's kind of bullcrap. But still a success story. So at first, a very close friend of mine said this: if it wasn't for the fact that your son is only 16 months old, I'm almost certain you would have won sole custody. But at this age, he does need both parents. I don't believe that either. I think that's what the judge's logic was because you clearly came out on top. Thanks, James. Sincerely, M. I'm leaving the name out just to show you somebody had actual phone number. If you want to talk, get more details. Your advice truly helps. So, another HIGC testimonial. One important thing to note about this is that the dad said that he got on the offensive because the mother was going to do it. A lot of you guys go into court, your attorney says, oh, don't get on the offensive. We're going to offend everybody. We're going to hurt everybody's feelings. So as if like everybody in the courtroom is a big fat sensitive bitch and they can't handle it. Just think, the judge used to be an attorney and they're a judge. They probably get spit on by criminal defendants who are psycho or serial killers or whatever. They're supposed to have thick skin. The guardian ad litem is supposed to have thick skin. But the reality of it is, all these people are a bunch of sensitive bitches. If you actually have the audacity to say, this person's not doing their job, then they get all offended. How dare you say that to us? It's like a bunch of aristocrats or a monarch or a king in a dictatorship. How dare you blaspheme the king? But they're supposed to be attorneys. They're supposed to have a law degree. They're supposed to have toughened up and be able to set themselves aside from the drama and stuff and should be able to take it and have thick skin. If they're sitting there saying, oh, I can't believe the way he treated me like this, say, I can't believe a professional who has been doing this many years is so easily offended and then will retaliate against me because they have the audacity to criticize them, which is my constitutional right and my free speech right, not free speech, but constitutional right to fundamental fairness doctrine, my right to confront witnesses against me. This person's lying about me. I'm supposed to just sit down and just take it? So they're lying about me. I turn around and tell the truth about them not doing their job, and they get offended. That's the definition of a narcissist or a sociopath. There's something wrong with this person. This is one of the bad apples that infiltrated the system. This parenting evaluator, psychologist, guardian ad litem, whoever, the opposing attorney. I held nothing back. My baby's mom's attorney, I pointed out that he called an Asian attorney a lying C-word. I pointed out that he intentionally tanked cases and screwed over 20 different women clients. I was relentless in pointing out what an evil, psychotic, woman-abusing, misogynist sociopath he was, and the judge shouldn't believe anything that he says. Because if he's lying and deceiving his own clients into going broke so they're forced to live with him, and then they work off their bill in their home. And I had no qualms about embarrassing him. See, the thing, I should do another video on this. The thing you got to be willing to do is be confrontational. It's not comfortable, but so what? Only a bitch is going to say, my feelings about being confrontational and being uncomfortable, my feelings are more important than my children. You have a choice to make. You choose to be confrontational to go rescue your kids or not. If a lifeguard's not doing their job, if a daycare's not doing their job, or let's say, I had to confront a community center. I would go and pick up my daughter, and she's out in the grassy play area near the parking lot, and there's 2 people watching all the kids. I'm like, there's 80 kids out there. There's 2 people watching them. One guy wasn't really looking. If I'm a kidnapper or a child molester, I can go up and just snatch a kid and walk off right into the parking lot. You guys need to have safety measures. You know what they did? It wasn't comfortable. It wasn't fun. But they said that they wanted a meeting with me. And the director of the program sat down with me. And he was nervous as hell, like thinking I was going to sue them or something. Like, look, we took care of it. I'm sorry, Mr. Christensen. And blah, 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 blah. It was uncomfortable. It was awkward. I didn't want to have him feel bad about it. But I had to look out for my kid. No, I talked to somebody today. The courthouse is telling him, you can't file that. You have to go and do this. The clerks of the courthouse are giving him legal advice. They're committing a crime, and he just walks away and takes it up the rear. The mother calls the cops on him, and they say, we're going to arrest you. You got to hand the kid back. I'm like, why didn't you call the cops on her for withholding the kid? Oh, I didn't know I could do that. Because we're such a bunch of pussies. We just think, I'm a bad guy. I'm a dad. Society says I'm bad. And so my self-image is wrapped around what everybody thinks about me and what the cops think about me, what lawyers think about me, what people sitting behind the counter thinks about. F them. Grow some balls and have some self-respect and actually care about your position in the child's life. Or at least care about your kids to know that you put them in this situation. You're the father in their life and you're the only one that's going to rescue them. Be willing to confront people and call them on their BS. Why can't you do that? Everybody says, I can't do that. I shouldn't do that. It's not politically correct. It's not nice. Why not? Everybody's out here lying about you and crucifying you. Why can't you tell the truth about these people? The only answer that you possibly could have is, I'm a scared little pussy-ass bitch. Stop doing that. Stop being that person. Grow some balls and actually care about your kid enough to not be a sissy little coward. And then use some damn common sense. If you and your baby's mom are living together and you both have one car in your name, I give this example all the time and nobody listens. You have a car in both of your names and you take the car to go hang out with your buddies. And she said, I wanted the car. I want to go hang out with my girls and go to the club or go dancing or go to the beach or something. And you say, look, you had the car last week. It's my turn. And she gets pissed. Or let's say she's drunk, so she's out of her mind or something. She calls the cops and reports the car stolen. When the cops pull you over with the car that's in both of your names, what are you going to tell the cops? I ask guys that all the time, and 100%, 100% of men say, I'm going to tell them it's my car. Then why you turn into a pussy-ass bitch and you can't tell them, this is my child? Why can't you do the same thing with your own children that you know off the top of your head you can do with your own car? You answered that question perfectly fine. It's my car. It's in my name. Are you on the child's birth certificate? So how come the cops can come and take your child and give the child back to the mom? She withheld the child from you for 2 months. You went to the school and picked up the child and you don't have a court order. How come the cops can arrest you? A lot of you guys say, oh, Amber Alert, oh, parental kidnapping, oh, all this stuff. You never even looked into that shit, and you're sitting here using that as a reason why, this is why I want to be a pussy and a coward. I don't want to confront anybody, and I don't want to grow some balls. This is why you have such a piss poor self-image. I ain't shit. I'm nobody. Well, you better learn to be somebody if you actually care about your kids and stand up and grow some balls. This guy, he said he went on the attack. All you guys say, my lawyer says I can't go on the attack. This person says I can't go on that. Does your life revolve around what everybody else thinks? If that's the case, then you're a pussy-ass bitch that nobody wants anything to do with. I don't know how you even got a woman in the first place. Walking around in life, oh, I'm worried about what this guy on 7-Eleven says. If I buy 3 donuts, I feel like eating some donuts, but he might think that I'm a sugar addict. Or I'm worried what this person says. I'm worried what that person says. Stop worrying what people think and worry about what your children are going to think when they turn out to be mentally ill or crazy or juvenile delinquent because you didn't rescue them from some narcissistic, toxic mom. Grow some balls and confront people. When you go to court and you have a right to file something, ask the court clerk, how can you not let me file this? What's the legal authority that prevents me from doing this? Why are you giving me legal advice? Give me your manager. I'm going to tell them that you're committing the crime of practicing law without a license. I'm going to report her too. Grow some balls.